sausage. I got my barbecue shoes on.
Welcome to BBQPitBoys.com. Today we're going to cook up some shrimp scampi on the grill. And it's real easy to do. Alright, you're only going to need a few things. Get yourself a lemon. Here we've got some parsley. You're going to need some garlic. You're going to need some pepper and salt. Yep. Here we've got some oil. You want to use an olive oil or a good veggie oil. And here we've got some dry white wine. And you're going to need some skewers. Our version uses skewers on the grill. We'll show you how easy. All right. Now, the magic of this recipe, of course, is a shrimp. Now, here I've got some head-on shrimp, Gulf water shrimp right here. And I've chosen to use the heads-on because if you want a lot of taste, flavor in your shrimp, yeah, you want to cook your shrimp with head-on. All right. Now, just to prepare these is real easy. All right. These are about 24 count per pound, 20 to 24. Just want to split the shell on the back, right? And this way you can get in there and clean it out just a little bit, right? Then you take a wood skewer. And it's easy, just like that, all right? Now, I'll show you a couple more, man. For the newbies, never done this before. Just split the back, the shell. Yeah. And you can go right after the intestine sac right in there. Just scrape it out with your finger. That's all you need to do. Now, scampi in other countries is different. This here is American Italian style scampi. We use shrimp. All right. In other countries, it might be a lobster or so, langoustine. But here in the States, when we do scampi, we use shrimp, right? Just like that. Now, this here is a headless shrimp. The head has been removed. And this is the way you'll find your fresh shrimp most often. Now, if you're not into heads, this is the way you buy your shrimp. Again, you can clean the intestine out real easy. And some don't. You choose the way you like to prepare your shrimp. All right. Skewer it up. Right down through the back. Now, the reason you keep the shells on shrimp is because it keeps the meat nice and moist and tender. All right? It won't overcook on you if you work it fast on the grill. Always cook your shrimp with shell on, all right? All right. Simple enough to skewer, right? Geez, I kind of like doing this. Maybe I'll do a few more. All right. Now, like I was saying, I like to use head-on shrimp because it imparts a lot of flavor to the meat. All right. Now, we're going to make a marinade because before we put these shrimp on the grill, we want to marinate them. Maybe 15 minutes to a half hour. We're going to start with a cup of white dry wine. And I'm going to use a half a cup of good veggie oil or use olive oil. And we're going to use some garlic. I'm going to use about 4 good-sized cloves of garlic in there and just smash them down. I'm going to throw them right in that marinade. And here I'm going to use the juice of a half a lemon. Maybe a tablespoon, maybe 2. A few turns of fresh ground black peppercorn. A little bit of salt. Getting hungry. Give this marinade a mix. And Now we're going to throw these shrimp right in the marinade. And like I said, we only want to do it for about 15 minutes to a half hour. If you do it more than a half hour, you're going to start cooking the shrimp. And by cooking, I mean the shrimp will become oversaturated with your marinade, all right? It'll become too soft, all right, for the palate. You don't want to marinate these for too long. 15 minutes to a half hour, like I said. That's all you need. All right. We've got a good bucket of hot coals here we're putting in the grill, and we want to grill these shrimp skewers at medium heat, not too hot. All right. Now we're going to make some sauce, all right? This will be the dipping sauce, or this is how you're going to flavor your shrimp once they're done. You're going to start with about 4 tablespoons of butter, and we're using an unsalted butter. I'm going to throw in a couple more cloves of crushed garlic. And then I'm going to take that marinade. I'll pour it in there. And we're going to bring it to simmer. Maybe for about 5 minutes to 10 minutes. All right? Bring all the flavors together. Yeah. All right, now it's time to grill up these shrimp skewers here. And you probably know all about that, right? Again, medium heat, not too hot. Put them directly over top. And it's only going to take a couple minutes, man, to do these. Maybe 2 minutes aside. You'll know when they're done. You'll see the meat become white. It'll lose its translucence, right? Man, can you smell that? It smells good. Nothing like shrimp scampi hot off the grill. All right. Through the miracle of time, we've cooked up our shrimp. Real easy now, right? And I'm going to take this sauce, or this buttered garlic sauce in here, and pour it all over top. Now, this is one way you can present it. In fact, I do apologize, but I'm going to have to eat one of these right in front of you. It's called Pitmaster Privilege. Oh, suck that. Yeah. Good. So the next time you're looking for a shrimp recipe for your barbecue, you check out BBQPitBoys.com.